Hey everyone, it's Melinda with Tailored and Teal. I am a part-time online reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Facebook Marketplace. And today's video is all about what sold from September 1st through September 15th of 2021. I gotta say that the first 2 weeks in September and just September in general has been fantastic for sales. So get to listing your items because people are certainly buying again. So the first platform I wanna go over is Facebook Marketplace, where I usually have nothing to tell you. However, I had 5 sales this time. Unfortunately, I did have to refund one of the orders because I did not have a box big enough. I kind of miscalculated how much it would actually cost to ship, so I did refund the buyer. Thankfully, it was a free item to me and it was only selling for $12, so it worked out okay. And thankfully, she was really understanding. So the other items that sold on Facebook Marketplace, the first one was a vintage Disney Mickey Mouse 25th anniversary music box. He was made of porcelain, I believe, and he did play When You Wish Upon a Star, or whatever that song is from Disney. Still worked, still good condition, and it sold for $13. Then the next 3 items were all free to me items. They were given to me from my mom, who's clearing out her house. They're all these vintage melted plastic popcorn art. So they're basically little pieces of plastic that are like fused and melted together to make these different holiday decors, or really anything you can do, but you can hang them up in your windows, hang them outside. They're really versatile and people are definitely interested in them. The 3 melted plastic popcorn art items that sold was a pair of Raggedy Ann and Andy. These sold for $20. Then I had a pair of candlesticks with a realistic looking flame, had some holly on it, definitely Christmas decor. Those sold for $15. And the last one was my favorite because it was a very retro 1970s looking smiley face. And I did what I always do with every single one of my items. I thanked the customer and I let them know when they can expect it to be in the mail. And she came back and basically said that she's been really down in the dumps lately and she was asking the world for a sign. And she logged onto Facebook Marketplace and this smiley face was the first thing that she saw. So she purchased it outright for $30. I hope that it makes her day. I completely understand where she's coming from. I know that it made her smile when she looked at the listing, and I hope that she loves it when she received it as well. So of the 4 Facebook Marketplace that I actually made money off of, I had $78 in sales, and there was only $5.83 in fees. So that gives me a profit of $72.17. And the best part is all of those items were free to me. So I had no cost of goods. So that was straight profit. Next up on Mercari, we had 3 sales. The first sale was a black beaded choker style necklace. It was a relatively short choker necklace. Thankfully, it did have an extender. Someone sent me an offer for $10, which I accepted. Next was a pair of Princess House pumpkins that apparently you can bake in, and I did not realize that until my mom told me afterwards. These were her items. Everywhere I was seeing, a pair was selling for about $35, so these were in perfect condition, no chips, no cracks, no nothing. I listed them for $35 and someone sent me an offer for $27, which I happily accepted since my cost of goods was $0. And then the last thing to sell was a vintage floral jewelry case. This originally was made for JCPenney. I would guess that this is from the late 1990s, just based off of the fabric, the floral pattern, and just the box itself. But it sold within an hour of being listed for $13, and that was, again, an item that was free to me. So of my 3 Mercari sales, I made $50 in sales. $7.35 were my fees, giving me a profit of $42.65. Moving on to Poshmark, where I had 27 sales. Whew. Now, I did a few things during these 2 weeks. When we first moved to our new house, I did a 40% off sale. So I sent out offers on everything that had a couple of likes at least, 40% off, and I made a lot of sales from that. So just as a reminder, I don't go over every single sale because it would be a very long video, but I will go over some good sales, and if I have any like fails or anything, I will definitely share those with you too. The first sale I want to go over is a Mara Hoffman wide leg crossover or wrap jeans. I forget what they were exactly called. These came in a thread up retired Rent the Runway box. These were flawed. Basically the part that wraps over to the other side of the jeans on the waist was missing the loop part. So it had the hook, but it didn't have the loop. So I made a makeshift thread loop, I guess you could say. I definitely disclosed it, let them know you'll want to get it done professionally, or if you're a seamstress, it would be a great project. Someone sent me an offer for $35. They weren't listed for very long, but I just decided to go ahead and take that offer because it was flawed. It may not get a lot of interest. So very happy with that sale, $35 to a new home. Next is a Zara Faux Turquoise Squash Blossom necklace. This thing was so cool. It came out of a Shop Goodwill chunky jewelry lot. It was a quite heavy piece. However, all faux turquoise, I don't even know if it was real stone, but it was in good used condition. A lot of interest on this item, and it finally sold for $32, and that was an offer I sent to the customer. Next item was a pair of lamb, so that's L-A-M-B. This is Gwen Stefani's line. A pair of super high stiletto color blocking heels. They were leather. They were a very deep navy blue and white. Very small size though. I think they were a 5.5. I've had them listed since August of 2020, so took about a year to sell. But while I was sending out my 40% offers that one weekend that I mentioned, someone did accept the offer of $27. Next was a pair of BOC or Born Concepts brown faux leather riding boots. These were in great condition, very comfortable. I even tried them on myself, and someone purchased them for $21. Another item to sell from my chunky jewelry lot. This thing was actually my favorite out of the entire lot. It was a Banana Republic gold tone and rhinestone necklace. It was a shorter necklace, so it laid like against the collarbone here. Excellent condition, no rhinestones missing, really no scratching at all. Very heavy and heavily rhinestoned. It sold probably within a couple of weeks of me listing it for $32. This next item I wanted to bring up because I went to an estate sale at a smoker's house. I did not know it was a smoker's house until I got there, and obviously the smell was overwhelming. I picked up this Christina blue and white faux wrap swimsuit dress. It was in almost near perfect condition. I don't even think that the person had even worn it, just threw it up in their closet and never ever saw it again. I washed it, I hung it out to dry outside in the sun. I also deodorized it, and I let it air out in my house for a while, but it did still have a slight odor of cigarette smoke. I listed it as is. I definitely disclosed it, and someone still purchased it in September for $24. And then the last thing I want to go over is a very interesting pair of trousers. I got this out of a Jomar vintage sweater weather box. I think that's what it was called. But the brand is 10A. They are handcrafted in Italy, and they are a pair of plaid wool trouser pants with suspenders attached to them. Really well made. You can tell that they were hand done and just excellent quality. Someone just came along one day and purchased them for full asking price of $50. Okay, so for my 27 Poshmark sales, I made $567 in sales, $117.95 in fees. I gave out some shipping discounts, $21 worth, giving me a profit of $428.05 and an average sales price of $21. Very happy with all of those sales. Even the 40% off sales that I sent, I still made a profit. And then lastly, we have eBay, where I didn't have as many sales on Poshmark, but I still did okay. I had 17 sales on eBay. The first item I want to go over is a Florence Fashions vintage circle skirt. So this skirt actually wrapped around itself and then you tied it on the side, but the print was so cool. It was like a whole bunch of, I don't want to call them barnyard animals because they were definitely some exotic animals too, but just animals in general. It was a super cute novelty skirt and it was made very well. Like the fabric was thick, so you could tell that it was durable and sturdy, and it sold for $23.25. Another skirt that sold, this was a basil and mod black corduroy, highly embellished skirt. It was black thin corduroy with brown and gold beaded accents. These were hand beaded, I believe in Bali, if I remember correctly. Unfortunately, it had like a slight musty smell to it. So you could tell that it was sitting in someone's closet for years and years. I purchased this in November of 2019. I probably had it listed for too high. Someone sent me an offer for $25 and I was just so happy that someone wanted to purchase it, so I definitely accepted that offer. Next is another necklace. This did not come from the Chunky Jewelry lot. This came from just another Shop Goodwill lot. It was a Joan Rivers statement bib necklace. It had all of these faceted green stones on it. I called them faux gems, but they were definitely just plastic rhinestones. Really nice condition, definitely a statement piece, and it sold for full asking price of $34.99. The next sale I want to bring up, because I've had this purse forever. I've had this for 3 years. I purchased it in a purse lot from someone on Mercari, I believe. And it was a fossil purse. It was vintage, but it definitely had some issues with it. The leather was pretty dry, which I did condition. The leather was also stiff, and the inside had some issues with staining and makeup residue, and I did my best to clean it, but because of the leather, I didn't want to submerge the bag in water, and she sent me an offer for $12. I really hadn't had any other interest, so I accepted it, and she gave me feedback that said, I got exactly what I paid for. Very supportive seller, because she did have some questions. So I'm happy that she's happy, and I'm also glad to see it out of my house because it was kind of a big purse that took up a lot of room. And then the last thing I want to go over, it was an olive green sweater from the brand Samso, and that's S-A-M-S-O-E, and then that same word twice, so Samso. Olive green, super chunky, thick sweater. It did not have a size tag, so I measured it and then also tried it on myself and said that it ran about a size large. This was from the Thread Up Rent the Runway Retiree Rescue Box. It sold relatively quickly within a week or two of listing, and it sold for $40, and it went all the way to Iowa, which I know will keep that person warm during the winter. So of my 17 eBay sales, we had $314.96 in sales. I made $28.19 in shipping profit. That's because what I charge the customer versus what I actually pay through eBay is less. As sellers, we get a deep discount with eBay, so that's how I made that profit. There was $80.53 in fees, giving me a profit of $262.62. Oh, and an average sales price of $18.53. So moving on to my total numbers, I had $1,009.96 in sales, $204.47 in fees. This includes the shipping discounts and shipping profits, all of that combined into one. And my cost of goods was $174.81, giving me a net profit of $630.68. And my cost of goods for each item that sold was $3.36, which I like it to be right under $4, so that is perfect. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. It's been a while since I've had over $1,000 in these what sold videos, so super thankful. If you're not a subscriber, we would love to have you here, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. You can also hit the bell notification so that you get alerted when a new video comes out, which is at least once a week. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up before you leave, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!